Hello friends, this is Mike from Wright, and this is the explanations video for SAT 2's Math No Calculator section, question number 5. So in this question they give you this equation that looks kind of scary because there's a square root sign. Look at that radical over there. And then they're asking you to do stuff with it. They're asking you to solve for k. So let's just read it. So this is the square root of 2k squared plus 17 minus x equals 0. So this is the equation right here. Root 2k squared plus 17 minus x equals 0. All right, so they're telling you two sort of new pieces of information. If k is greater than 0, so k is going to be some positive number, and x is equal to 7, well, that's nice, because here there are two variables. That seemed horrible, but x is equal to 7, so that's going to be easy. In the equation above, so if these two things are true in the equation above, what is the value of k? Here, what is the value of k? They're saying solve for k. We're going to try to take this and make it so that k is all alone, k equals something. Well, the first thing I want to do is take this piece of information that they've just gifted to us, like a manna from the gods, is the x equals 7. Let's just put that in here. We're going to see where we have this x here. We're just going to put a 7 right there. So here's the first step. So here's just repeating what's up here, root 2k squared plus 17 minus x equals 0. We're just going to substitute x equals 7. So 2k squared plus 17 minus 7, and remember this is minus 7, not plus 7, even though, because here we got minus x, so minus 7 equals 0. All right, then we're just going to move that 7 over to the other side. We're going to add 7 to both sides. We're going to move it and flip it. So here we're just going to get root 2k squared plus 17 equals 7. Right? We added 7 to both sides. This 7 canceled. This 7 came over here, so there's a 7. Okay. Here's the big special trick in radical and rational equations questions. This is the kind of question that we're in. If you missed it because of this step, go look at the video explanations for these. Go to Khan Academy and practice these kind of questions. You are allowed to square both sides. Everybody knows that you're allowed to do the same thing to both sides of equations. You're allowed to add 7 to both sides. You're allowed to multiply both sides by 2. You're allowed to divide both sides by 1,000,000. You're also allowed to take the entirety of each side and square it. Right? So that's what we're doing here. We're taking this whole thing, this root 2k squared plus 17. We're going to square that. And then we're going to take 7 and we're going to square that. We're allowed to do that. You didn't know that? Well, now you know. Congrats. So root 2k squared, the reason why we're doing that move is that root 2k squared plus 17, this whole thing, when you square the whole thing, well, that's just going to be the stuff under the radical, right? The square root of whatever this is squared, well, that's going to be this, 2k squared plus 17. You squared both sides, square root times square root, that's just the stuff. 2k squared plus 17 equals 7 squared. We're going to take 7, square it. 7 times 7 is 49. So 7 times 7 is 49. We squared both sides. That's what happened. All right, now we just need to solve for k, and oh man, there's going to be a special step coming up. It's going to be amazing. But here we got to do a couple steps first. Easy ones. Here's 2k squared plus 17 equals 49. We want to get this 2k squared alone, so we're going to subtract 17 from both sides. That's what's happening here. 49 minus 17 is 32. 17 minus 17 is 0. So we got 2k squared equals 32. Well, let's get this k squared alone. Let's get rid of this 2. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. That's what's happening here. 32 divided by 2 is 16. I got k squared equals 16. Well, remember when I said that you're allowed to square both sides? Guess what? You're also allowed to take the square root of both sides. Mind blown, right? That's just these questions in a nutshell. Radical and rational equations questions, they test your ability to know that rule. Well, congratulations, you know this rule. K squared equals 16. We're going to take the square root of both sides. Well, the square root of k squared is k. This is why we want to do this move, so we can get k alone. Right? And what's the square root of 16? Well, there's two different things that can multiply by themselves to get 16. There's 4. 4 is the obvious one. 4 times 4 is 16. But there's also negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 4. Two negatives make a positive. Negative 4 times negative 4, that's also 16. So k could be either negative 4 or positive 4. We don't know. K squared is 16. Right? Maybe it's negative 4 squared is 16. Maybe it's 4 squared is 16. We don't know. Well, we do know, though, because here they're telling us that k, well, so first off, negative 4 is not anywhere in here. So this is forgiving. This is why this is question 5. If negative 4 were in here, this would probably be a later question. But they're also telling us that k is greater than 0. Yeah, there's two values of k. Negative 4 would work. Positive 4 would work. But here this is saying k needs to be a positive number. We want the positive one. So k equals 4. All right, that's it for this question. See you all in the next one.